the WWF held a press conference with a new steroid czar, Mauro Di Pascal.
Sorry, did you say czar?
Yeah, steroid czar.
What the hell's a steroid czar?
He overlooks the lack thereof steroids, I guess. I don't know. Okay. But anyway, Mauro...
I was 10 years old when I learned that one.
Yep. Well, like in politics, they're like, well, we have to have a climate czar and this the czar and that czar. Like, what's with all the czars, man? But anyway, Mauro Di Pascal was apparently the first Mauro in WWF, where they again parroted the line of crap about how 50% of wrestlers tested positive initially, and now it's down to 15%. Mauro is claiming that the company will be, quote, clean in May beyond IOC standards.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So.
How do you get beyond IOC? It's literally as high as you can get. Wow, that's a horrible way to say it. That's like the top of the heap as far as drug testing goes.
Has USADA passed them up?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Seeing as they still allow some stuff. Like,
really?
I mean, obviously it has to be exempt, but like, with the IOC though, you can't have anything. Well, they are strict. It's just like if you have exemptions, you can, like doctor says, whatever. Yeah. Not in the Olympics, though.
I like how this article I was reading had a picture to accompany it. It was a picture of Ultimate Warrior in 1992, and it said, clean beyond IOC standards.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah. Well, and hey,
I love Ultimate Warrior, so I ain't touching that. So.
I do, too. I mean, it's just... At this point, it's like low-hanging fruit. But here we go. We've talked about this guy a couple times. Everybody's favorite Mushnick in wrestling.
And mine.
Yeah. Phil Mushnick immediately wrote a scathing critique of the press conference because, of course, he effing did.
Sorry, real quick. This is the guy that went off on them for Brian Pillman's death, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also went off on WCW before, back when they were the good promotion, quote unquote. He went off on them saying that no civilized person should watch the show and Turner needs to cancel it because he's embarrassing his entire company by having WCW on the books and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Anyway,
an educated man. Okay, cool.
Right. But he called the press conference a, quote, tip sheet for steroid junkies and mocking them for trying to portray the positive benefits of steroids in treatment of MS. Quote, oh, so that's it. The WWF steroid use was merely an experiment to aid in research of muscle disease, end quote. Mushnick also pointed out the blatant contradiction of Vince going on Larry King and claiming there was, quote, zero steroid use in the WWF, and then holding a press conference where he said it was 15%. All right, that one, I'll give him that one. That was... how can you go on Larry King and be like, there is absolutely zero steroid use, and then a couple days later you're like, we're down to 15%. What?
Well, maybe he tested everybody and 15% of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Dumb.
Look, at the end of the day, I hate it. No one should do it, but wrestling is not a combat sport or anything like that. So
yeah,
this is just for aesthetics, and I'm not endorsing it.
Yeah, Arn Anderson, Jim Ross, and a few others have talked about. They're like, why can't we have steroids in wrestling? It's like, yeah, it's not healthy. And, if done, they said, they did point out, they said, okay, if you're going to do steroids, talk to your doctor about it and do it, as healthy as you could possibly do it.
Well, first and foremost, don't. Yeah.
Well, they said, you can get a doctor telling you the proper way to use steroids so you're not, killing yourself.
Yeah, because there are legal steroids out there.
Yeah. But they said, they're like, I don't understand. They're like, it's not a sport. Are you going to go drug test all the people on Broadway? I don't, who cares?
Well, at this point now I get it. It's a bad PR. In this day and age, I get it.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah, here, of course. But, and with the dirty doctors and whatever that they supposedly had, it was bad. But I don't know. I agree.
Just want to make it clear. I'm not endorsing it. It's just
right.
There's so many other places that you should be stopping steroids first.
Yeah, pro wrestling is just
boxing should be the top one. MMA should be tops. I didn't say MMA first because there was no MMA back then. But
I'm gonna put a caveat on it. I'm not advocating abusing steroids because you can abuse. But if you use steroids in a controlled way, whatever, it's like, I mean, whatever. It's not.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
You're gonna kill yourself. Don't do it. But
yeah, but it's like that's kind of your own business, I guess.
I think it's in the same line as smoking. Don't do it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But it's your decision as long as you're not cheating to win a game or something. You know,
Yeah, and this one is
you.
Yeah, and this
Hope
one
you don't,
is like, I mean, you can argue it's like, well, if you do steroids, you'll look better. If you look better, they'll want to promote you. Therefore, it's helping you get ahead.
Yeah, but then on the other side of the coin, it's like you can look better, but you're going to be dead soon. You know, you never know. So it's like,
well, my reply to that is like there are a lot of muscle-bound meatheads that didn't get the top spot, and you know, I mean, and I'm not saying this guy did steroids. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about how he looked. I mean, Mason Ryan was gigantic, and he looked like he would be a top guy, but he was, you know, shoved down the card because he sucked. So, you know, you can make yourself look great all you want, but it's not necessarily a performance enhancer in wrestling. But
to sum it up, don't do steroids.
Yeah, basically.